Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Hello there, Motorheads. Welcome to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now, if you're a professional detailer or if you just like to keep your car looking good, a name you want to know is Buff Bright. And Tom, you've been in the business for, what,
42 years.
42 years, so you know what you're doing when it comes to detailing. And I just want to show you this man's credentials. Take a look at the sleeve there. So what's the IDA?
The IDA is the International Detailing Association. It's like ASE is to mechanics. It's a whole bunch of people around the world that are in a part of an organization to help each other out and help the detailing community grow and become even more than it is now.
And so basically you are one of only 20-some certified IDA instructors when it comes to detailing.
Yeah, the recognized industry trainers, independent trainers, and we work to certify people and get them the credentials they want with the IDA.
All that to say, this man knows what he's doing. So he solved a lot of problems in those 42 years. And what's one of the first things you tackled in the detailing business?
So it kind of came about, I was working on a car and the light over me went out in the garage and I was too lazy to go get a new ballast and fix it. And I said, I need lighting. I was working on a black 69 Camaro. And so I came up with an idea that we should hook lighting to a polisher. So the first thing we came up with was the flamethrower. And this light puts light exactly where you need it. Some guys wear headlamps, some guys hold a flashlight in their teeth.
Done that.
and some guys will put a light behind them. But the one thing we all realize is that without the proper lighting, if you can't see it, you can't fix it.
Well, and the side of the vehicle, especially toward the bottom,
absolutely,
the light doesn't work the same way. Everybody's hood looks great.
Yeah, because you've got light up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sides are the tough part. And we've all been there in the detail business where you polish your car and you pull it out in the sun and you realize, I missed it.
Yep.
So you got to pull back in and do it again until you get it right. This makes it perfect the first time.
Yes. How bright is it? 800
lumen light. We're sitting at about 7,800 Kelvin. What's really interesting about this light is how long the battery will last. It'll make it 10 to 12 hours. There's not very many lights out there, even headlamps, that will last that long on the market. So this really gives us a lot of time to work with it. Now this is our latest iteration. This is the Flamethrower 3. What's neat about it, the Flamethrower 2 disconnected, so you can actually take this off. You can clock it to different directions. On some polishers, you can move it to the front of the polisher, but this one will pop out like that. And we have a headband, so you can have a headband on your head, and it just snaps in, and you've got that headlight, and you can move right to the inside of the car. And then when you're done, you can just snap it back in here. So we can hook it to some of the mini polishers that are out. We can also hook it to a vacuum tool. We have clamps that'll hook to there. You can snap it on there, readjust your light. Now when you're vacuuming in a dark car, you'll see everything that's in there.
Very cool.
It'll hook to an extractor, snap on up there. If it's round, we can hook a clamp to it and it'll just mount on there, and it's phenomenal how well it works.
I love it. Another problem you found is guys that are professional detailers. A lot of them are doing YouTube videos and doing stuff for their online marketing. So you came up with something that's going to help them grow their brand.
Absolutely. So these are the Buff Bright skins, and you might notice right there.
I see that very familiar logo. I love it.
We've got that on there for you guys, and we're going to leave you guys with some of those so you and your team can have those to take home, put on your polishers.
Excellent.
We call the 3 Ps to this brand: protect, promote, and personalize. So you can actually take that and put it in your social media, and you're going to see that. If you're an industry vendor or something like that and you're selling stuff to people and you want to create these, you can use it as advertising, put it on your customers' polishers, and now they're advertising your brand. It really gives you the opportunity to take advantage of some valuable real estate.
So that solves the problem on the outside of the car. What about the inside? I know pet hair is something that is just the enemy of everybody trying to get their car clean.
Every detailer has been in those marathon pet hair removals that just take hours and hours to get done. So, and I have 2 German Shepherds, so I know exactly what that's about. Yeah, you're bringing up one
tool,
here.
Yeah, we got one of those.
Yep,
you have the scraper like that.
Yep.
And then you have the brush that a lot of people are familiar with. It has a little scraper on the side. They still never get the job quite done. So what have you done to fix their problem?
Yeah, there's stones and everything else, but they are really hard to work with and scratch the interior. So what we came up with, we call it the for real. It looks like an eel, has little eyes to it and stuff. It'll hook to any vacuum in the world. We have adapters for it that will fit everything from a large shop vac hose to the smallest little hoses. And I'll show you something else we've done here in a minute. But this pops off of this adapter, this mini crevice tool. It'll also, if you're at the car wash and you have this one, it'll actually slide right onto this.
Nice.
So you can just throw it in your glove box. It'll fit 1.25 inch inside, 1.5 inch outside. So when you go to the car wash, you can put that on there. And this just absolutely destroys pet hair.
As we saw, we added some pet hair to one of our colleagues' vehicles here, and boy, we ground that stuff in, and that took care of it. For real, it's for real.
It really does work. We've tried every other pet hair tool on the market. It's 5 times faster than any of them. And this is our latest one. This is called the Fur Eel Pro 2. And if you compare it to our older one, these last 10 times long as the original. And these just came out and they're amazing.
Great. And for folks that need a little wider head, you've got the hammerhead there.
Yep.
And then you have adapters to make everything fit quickly. Let's talk about those.
Yeah, you bet. We've had the standard ones that are out there in the market that we offer to our customers, but we just released the Vario. This one is called the Vario Max, and this is called the Vario Mini. If you've got a round hose, which everyone has on a vacuum, allows you to take that and adapt it. You can just go ahead and twist it, and it gets bigger. This one, you twist it and it gets smaller for the smaller size hoses, and it just fixes all the adaptation problems in the world.
You got it. Well, they're solving problems. They're going to make your detailing job a lot better and a whole lot easier. Buffbright.com is the place to go. We are Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, and we will be right back.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. BrothersTrucks.com, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. RaceWire Solutions, your source for complete custom wiring. And by NH Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. When we decided to bring some off-road folks into the studio, we decided just to go big. So we brought in Off-Road Armor. They're one of the biggest retailers in the entire world of off-road accessories. Kurt, you guys made quite a name for yourself so far, and you're making quite a name for yourself with these windows here, the upper door panels. Now, this is something only you guys do, and we've got it here on this Honda. Tell me about this design.
Yeah, so these are the upper doors, upper aluminum doors for the Honda Pioneer 1000 and 1005. We are the only ones making anything like this in the world, so they're getting very popular. They are aluminum, like I mentioned, with scratch-resistant Lexan here. So when you're going through the trails and you hit a few trees, this is a very heavy-duty hinge for the Honda Pioneer.
And it looks like that angle on the front kind of sheds the tree and brushes stuff aside as it goes too.
You can glance right off of there. We developed that to do that, as well as putting a really nice thick rubber seal around this door to help enclose it and to keep the heat if you have a heater on the side-by-side. So I'll go ahead and open it up here.
Sure. Take a look. And I love this because it's a twofold thing. It's obviously for protection, and you don't really realize until you're out there off-roading how many branches come into the windows and want to whack you in the head.
Absolutely.
So this will protect you from that, and especially our folks watching on Rev TV Canada. Canadian folks love this. They put a heater in the vehicle, and this will keep your family warm when you're going through the tundra up there.
Absolutely. So, like for example, where we're from in Missouri, where these are manufactured, a couple buddies I went to high school with approached me, and they were like, "Hey, we'd like to bring aluminum to the side-by-side industry." So that's when we created this. And in Missouri, the days get hot, but sometimes the evenings are cool. So what you can do is, you know, in the middle of the day when it starts to get cool, you can really just take this upper door off very quick, like.
A lot of things like this, you think of them as being super permanent. You know, you've got to make a decision. Do I want these windows forever or do I not? And this is the perfect situation. It starts to get warm during the day, and you just stop and you can.
Absolutely.
4 bolts.
So 4 bolts, we're going to take those out. The hinge will hold it.
All right.
And we'll just go ahead.
Just straight up.
Take that right off the hinge.
That's
and
it.
There you go. So
you were cruising.
One of the best deals about this is the Honda Pioneers have a door that is kind of funky to put your arm on. So one of the other things is when you don't have that upper door on, let me just show you here. I'm gonna have a seat. You've got a really nice armrest now.
Perfect.
We've got a lot of people asking us, hey, can I just get the armrest?
Yeah, nice.
It's great. These are used for recreational and agricultural. So we get a lot of farmers that use them and riders that use these as well.
Off-Road Armor is not just about side-by-sides. You guys also do things for all kinds of other off-road vehicles.
Side-by-sides, ATVs, Jeeps, trucks, dirt bikes, anything off-road, we can take care of it.
We've seen you in some video on some pretty high-profile rides out there. Who do you sponsor?
So we've got Connor Martell, who's our main guy racing Nitro Rallycross right now, and he's one of the best rally car drivers in the world, actually. We're really excited to have him on the team. We've got a lot of female racers as well that we sponsor. Heck, we've even got a bow fishing team that we sponsor, so we want to thank all those guys for putting our name on their boats and their machines.
If you got a Honda Pioneer 1000, you're going to love these upper doors. These windows are going to keep you warm. They're going to keep you safe on the trail. And if you're any kind of off-roader, you need to go check them out at offroadarmor.com. What a wonderful time to be alive, Tom. The internet, how has it changed buying auto parts from when we were growing up?
Well, back when we were kids, we had to walk 5 miles to school uphill each way, and if you wanted parts, you go to the auto parts store, and they'd say, oh, that's a dealer-only thing. You got to go to the dealer, and you go to the car dealer, and they try to order it for you, and you'd be like, oh, that's great. It's only 20 bucks for a window regulator. What a deal! And then it shows up, the part shows up, and it's just a nylon washer, one part of the regulator. So you go to the junkyard, and the part's likely worn out there. Yeah, but now you can go to rockauto.com. Let's say you need to vent your wheel on your brand new car. Click. There's a wheel it's an OE wheel that matches your car exactly. Let's say you got a 10-year-old Ford or Lincoln, and you know those fans in the new fancy cars, you have a fan that cools your tush embedded in the seat?
It's saved my marriage.
I mean, doesn't that seem like a dealer-only part?
Yeah, right.
Or you'll never find it again?
Right.
But yeah, you go to Rock Auto, a few clicks, and there's the cooling fan. Let's say you got a 20-year-old Toyota and a bird smashes the grill as you go down the road, and you think, oh no, where am I going to find a grill? Expensive dealer-only part, or hope to find an unbroken one in the junkyard. Go to Rock Auto and not only have the grill, but you have a choice of the original chrome grill or a black grill.
RockAuto.com has all the parts your car will ever need, and some you wouldn't even expect. Go check them out online. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, so don't touch that dial.
Dragonfire Tools, quality affordable storage. Proud sponsor of our DragonfireTools.com studio.
Taking a tour of the shop here at DragonfireTools.com, also taking a tour of some of the different models you offer, Lou. This is one of your 9-footers. Tell me about it.
So this is our 9'4" 1/4" 18-drawer Midnight Pro Series workbench, and it's a monster.
It is a monster. How much does this thing weigh?
1,118 pounds.
Oh my goodness. So in most shops, that's an immovable object that's going to stay where you plant it the first time, but you offer an option that lets people move that around to their workpiece.
Absolutely. So some people want to set it and forget it, and that's fine. But for the professionals or for the homeowner that wants to be able to move this around to clean underneath of it or whatever, we have our 6-piece heavy-duty caster set with 6 swivel casters, 4 of them being locking swivels.
And these just aren't any casters. These enable you to really carry the weight of the workbench.
The workbench plus your tools. Yep.
And the drawers themselves actually stand up to a lot of punishment. How much weight can they hold?
Our single rail drawers are rated for 200 pounds, and our double rail drawers are rated for 400 pounds.
You make these workbenches to last. These are things that are going to be handed down through generations. What are some of the features you've built in to make sure they stand the test of time?
So one of the things is the 14-gauge 304 stainless steel top, our 16-gauge galvanized steel drawer bodies, our 14-gauge stainless steel handles, and our fully welded 14-gauge tubular steel construction.
A lot of tool storage systems I've seen out there have the good, better, best model. If you're buying it for home, you want a sort of a scaled down version of what the pros use, but that's not the case with Dragonfire Tools.
We put out the best product, whether you're a homeowner or whether you're a professional. You're getting the same quality either way.
If you're a pro, this is going to stand up to all the abuse you can give it. If you're a homeowner, you're going to get pro grade for your home workshop. Find them at DragonfireTools.com, and there's a discount code for Motorhead Garage viewers. Type in Motorhead for free shipping and a discount. Here at the headquarters of NH Oil in New Hampshire, there's a working laboratory. And Joe, you have laboratories around the country as well. Why do you work so hard to take a product that's already great and try to improve on it?
Why not? Why wouldn't you take advantage of technology? I stay awake at night in a good way, thinking of ways to improve it. There's an awful lot of new technology out there that I'm constantly made aware of, and I'm always trying to see how we can fit it in. And then just maybe improve on what we have in a different way. So in other words, we have now a product that is going to be a biodegradable product, which I think may become our signature product, because so far it's outperformed the original formula, and it is completely biodegradable. We have a non-hazardous, non-toxic product already, but if we can go that route, get away from the petroleum base, why not?
How much do you work off of feedback from your customers when they come in?
It's critical. It's really as critical as the lab. I mean, we have 3,000 vehicles passing through here a year, so that's really our real-life lab. And we've developed a lot of products directly from the feedback.
What are some of the things you look for in a product when you're developing it?
Ease of use, because we're spraying it, so when we give it to one of our dealers and now franchisees, we know that it's going to be user-friendly. We want it to have the characteristics and the performance that the consumer would expect as well, and we want it to be environmentally friendly. Believe it or not, I'm really not motivated by money. My passion is solving problems. That was my job in my prior careers, and if we solve the problem correctly, we make the money. It's the outgrowth or the byproduct of having done that.
And if you solve the problem, the folks are going to keep coming back as well.
Yep.
NHOU Protective Coatings is always on the move, always improving. You can see the science at NHOilundercoating.com. Do not fret, there is more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings coming up next, so stay right here.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977. Next Gen, the most powerful detailing products ever made. RVS Technology, save, protect, and restore your engine. And by Dragon Fire Tools, industrial workbenches with integrated tool storage.
Here in the lab at NHOU Protective Coatings, Joe DuPont is always working on improving the product. But Joe, products aren't the only thing you're working on all the time here at the business.
No, we're actually going to try to improve the customer experience along with the comprehensive packages. So we're going to now get into franchising. And we're going to offer that in a couple of different ways. We're going to have a brick and mortar franchise, going to set up similar to this. And we're going to offer mobile undercoating franchises where you can buy the package complete, ready to go. Somewhere in the vicinity of about $60,000. But we're not just going to offer them a ready-made, fairly successful business model. We're trying to partner now and very close to partnering with Decker. We're going to offer them financial literacy, time management, customer service. We're going to give them ongoing educational training on how to be successful. So if they start off as a mobile, like many of our mobile dealers have, they will likely evolve into a brick and mortar. And we're going to give them the financial wherewithal to be able to do that.
And how do you give them a financial start as well? You're giving them all the training and everything.
First off, we're going to have a package that's going to run probably $60,000, and we're going to finance at no interest charge half of that. At less than the cost of a trade school, you can get a ready-made business. And this is an industry that has very huge potential. The growth for us has been, if you take the whole of our existence, double every year.
Your motivation is not really to make money for Joe DuPont. Your motivation is to help other people, and that's one thing I really love about the way you operate.
Actually, when I looked at the business model, I was not excited about just doing this for people that wanted financial gain. I'm sure I can make a lot of money with them, but I'm really passionate about helping, especially the younger generation, become leaders, entrepreneurs, successful, self-sufficient, independent, and that's almost pay enough for me, but we will make money because we are a successful business model.
Well, this is a family-run business here at NHOU Protective Coatings, and you can become part of the family too. Go to NHOilundercoating.com and find out how.
Time now for the lowdown with Magic Creeper.
I was visiting with friends on a race weekend a couple weeks ago, and I was introduced to a great guy named Bubba Butler, and I introduced Bubba to the Magic Creeper.
When I first saw the Magic Creeper, I had my doubts. I said, you know, it's okay, it's well made, but will it really suit my purpose? Because I had something entirely different in my mind what the Magic Creeper was going to be. But when I saw the Magic Creeper being used and how I could apply it to different circumstances, it really opened my mind to this thing has got some use. It's very useful. Now I'm a believer. I got that Creeper in Tennessee. I was leaving a NASCAR race in Bristol, and I was towing my RV and never had a problem. All of a sudden, my monitoring system went nuts. Said it was overheated by 300-something degrees. So I quickly pulled over. I needed to go underneath the RV to see if the hubs were hot or see what happened. So I'm going, oh crap, that asphalt's hot. I'm in shorts on the asphalt, scraping up my knees. And I go, I got the magic creeper. Son of a gun, if I didn't pull that thing out, lay it down underneath on that hot asphalt, and it was able to scooch into there and see my hubs. I could touch them, feel them. I didn't get dirty. My knees were protected. It was great. A couple days later, I was checking out my RV and checking out the batteries. Well, the battery compartment is really low on the front of my fifth wheel. So I'm on a shell driveway at the point, checking my batteries. And I'm in shorts and I'm having to kneel down on this shell driveway. I'm going, why am I being so stupid? I got the magic creeper. I'll just fold it up, make a padded surface where I can lean down there and pull these batteries out of the battery box to service them. Son of a gun, worked like a champ. Saved my knees, it was comfortable. And it doesn't get dirty. This stuff is like a vinyl or something, but it's quilted. And it's easy to clean. If you get it dirty, you can set it in the water. It's not gonna hurt it. This thing is ultimate. First, excuse me just a minute. I got one of these things. Well, this thing weighs about, I don't know, 25 pounds, you know? And it's got its purpose. But I'm not gonna take it traveling with me. I'm gonna take the magic creeper because I found out how useful this thing can be. Keeps you clean, keeps you safe, keeps you within inches off the ground. You can slide, you can move. You can get to what you gotta do underneath the vehicle or an RV. It's fantastic. I recommend it to anybody, highly recommend.
That's going to do it for this episode of Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. We'll see you next week when we do it again. So long.